Okay guys, we are back. This is number 2 video on the Live to Ride series. Again, to recap, what we're doing is we're showing you how to make this sign, start to finish. So on number 1 video, you got to see how Dad cut the shape, so that's all done. Now what we're going to do, this video is going to be based all on making the actual layout pattern. So I'm going to set this aside, and again to recap, when you get the layout pattern from us, it's going to look like this. Just so you know, I kind of turn it over. The hole is cut in the middle. This is again the most difficult part of the pattern to cut. So when you get it from us, it's going to look like this. This video is going to be showing you how to turn this into this. And again, I'm going to turn this around so you'll get a better idea. All of these things are cut out. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this one into this so that you can see. This one I've already used to spray. You can see that's why it's really black. On the last video I didn't turn it over enough to show you how these holes are all cut out. But anyway, so now we're going to shut the camera off and I'm going to get set up with my router, and we're going to go ahead and cut this layout pattern and get it all done, so you'll have that video for when you receive this. You'll know exactly how to make it. Okay guys, we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this layout pattern and getting these holes cut out here. So what I want to do is, I've got a piece of scrap, piece of 3/8 MDF, just a piece of scrap that isn't being used for anything else. Just make sure you've got something good and flat that you want to stick this to, so that when you're cutting on there, it's not doing a whole lot of wobble stuff. So all I've done is just taken a piece of scrap. Now what I'm going to do is just take a few pieces of masking tape. Makes it nice and simple. You can use carpet tape if you want. Just anything to stick it down to that board, just so it doesn't move around on you. But I just use this 2-inch masking tape, and it works out pretty well. I make a lot of these patterns up in Oatman for little animals and stuff that I carve. So I've got that there. I'm just going to put this on the board, put some pressure on that, and just stick that down so it's not going to move around on me. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and shut the camera off. I'm going to get my light set up here, and so that we can zoom in and you can see exactly what I'm doing here. And I'm going to start with cutting this eagle head here, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to shut the camera down. I'm going to get the light up here. So we'll be back in just a sec. Okay guys, this may look familiar to you. This is our profile bit. This is our standard profile bit that we use, and you can get from us. You might be able to find a router bit that will work for you, but this is just the one that we use, that we recommend. So it's a 2-fluted solid carbide. It works great for carving, and it happens to be what I use to make my layout patterns too. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my router on, and I'm going to cut this eagle head here and show you exactly how we do that. So here we go. I need to set it a little bit deeper. Okay guys, so what I've done here is I've cut, again I set my cutter so I'm cutting all the way through, and I've cut these right where those black lines were. Now these lines don't connect on here. If they did, this eagle head would drop all the way through, and we don't want that. On this, you want to just cut where those lines are. Now in contrast to that, these wings, or these little feathers on the wings, those we do want to drop all the way through. Again, looking at our pattern, let me bring this in real quick. Hopefully Dad can zoom in on this. Apologize for that, Dad, I caught you by surprise. So you can see on this, this is what this is going to look like from the back side. See how these are not connected because we don't want that to fall through. But on pieces like this and these little feathers, we do want those to drop all the way out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the router again, and I'm going to cut some of these feathers so you'll see exactly how that's done. Get this out of the way. Are we good to go, Dad? Good back there? All right, here we go. That'll kind of give you an idea. You can see I've cut all the way through on these, so they'll end up being holes like there are on that other pattern. So what I'm going to do now, just so this doesn't get too monotonous and we don't burn up a lot of camera, I'm going to go ahead and finish most of this up, and that way, you know, we're not burning up a lot of video, and go ahead and finish this up so we can get this in on this video. So we're going to shut the camera off now, and I'm going to do some more of this off camera. Okay guys, I got the rest of the cutting done on here, and we're running out of time. So what I want to do now is just I want to pull this off of here very carefully, and you know I got it just stuck down there with that masking tape. But this PVC flexes pretty good, so I'll be able to just pull that off of there, and then turn it over, pull this masking tape off, get the rest of this masking tape off, and you can see how I cut through on all those lines. And I won't bother pulling all the little pieces off, but you'll want to get all those little pieces off of there. So that's basically our pattern. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get done with this video because we're almost out of time. Now we're going to take this on the next video, and we're actually going to do layout on our blank board that you saw on the first video, and then start doing some carving, show you exactly how the layout's done. Get that Live to Ride in here with letters. Show you exactly how that's done, and then move on and start making that sign. So we'll see you on the next video in just a little bit.